Good morning everyone, welcome back to my channel. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but it's actually warm here today, which is so rare for Melbourne because the weather is just all over the place at the moment. But being that we have just kind of popped into the spring season, I have put on a dress and I literally can't believe it is so nice and sunny out there today. So this morning I went for like a 7-kilometer run, which is so unlike me, but it was like a little bit of a lockdown challenge that I set myself to try and get up to that like 10,000 steps. So I did a run and then a bit of a walk down to the post office to drop off some things. So it's been a pretty good start to the day, and I thought I would do a really fun kind of home decor upcycling video with you guys. So I have a box of things that I have been collecting which are kind of in this rattan-y sort of color, and I am going to paint this cabinet as well, but I just haven't been able to get to a Bunnings because they're closed at the moment. So I, in the meantime, did a little bit of a click and collect, and I have got some paint to upcycle a ton of things that are around my home that I guess now that I'm like moving into a bit of a different aesthetic in this space, they just don't really match anymore. But there's nothing wrong with the items. I do really love them, and the easiest thing to do is just give them a fresh lick of paint and a bit of different life, and I think they're really going to suit the space. So I've got maybe like 6 or 7 items that we're going to do a quick little makeover with, and I thought you guys might want to follow me along in the process. So that's what we're going to do today, and like I said, it's a beautiful sunny day as well, so I'm going to do that out on my balcony, and hopefully they'll just dry really quickly in the sun and I'll be able to pop them back into my house and show you where I'm styling them up and kind of how that's changed the way that that looks. So just a super quick reminder, if you are new here, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. I put up new videos every single week. Now let me show you all the stuff that I have, because you could easily do this to a ton of your own home decor as well, and it just saves you from needlessly repurchasing things when you can just kind of upcycle what you already have. So let's go and grab that and I will show you everything that I've got. So one of the first items that I wanted to upcycle is this little bamboo shelf from Kmart. So this I have in my kitchen, and I usually keep like my toaster or my kettle on top of it, and then I stack the other thing underneath, and that's been really great for some additional bench space in my kitchen because it is a really small kitchen. So kind of adding levels and layers really helped me be able to, like I said, just make more bench space for putting down a chopping board and things like that. But I am getting over this kind of bamboo kind of look. I do know that a lot of people who have Scandi style homes would really still like this, but this is just going to be one of the things that I will end up painting white. So that will be really nice because my kettle and toaster are white, so then they'll kind of all match in with each other. Another thing that is in the kitchen is this little soap dish. So it's just again, like a little bamboo kind of soap dish thing. And these are very inexpensive. So by the way, if none of this kind of looks great once I've done it, it's not a massive deal because these were quite inexpensive items anyway. But again, I just would prefer this to be white, and often the soap block that goes on it is white as well. So I'm going to spray this one up as well. Another little kitchen item is this pantry shelf. So this again is that same kind of bamboo look. I think this one was also from Kmart. So I do just need to wrap the legs because they're silver, so I don't want to end up painting those. But I think this will look really great being white. And I am going to be redoing my pantry as well because that is an area that I definitely just haven't nailed since I've lived in this house. I've kind of been through it a few times and it's just not quite there yet. So yet again, with a small space, always adding some layers and levels and things are a really great way to get everything really sorted, but I would just prefer it to all be in a very neutral color. Onto some home decor. I'm sure pretty much all of you might have these if you have a Kmart nearby. So it's the decorative string of beads. I think these were just a couple of dollars, and I picked these up and they're just like a very natural color with these little tassels on the end of them. But I think I'm also going to make these white just because, like I said, it is a bit of a process to redo all of the decor and have it kind of matching in. And these will paint up really easily because they're just wood. So ideally in a perfect world, I would have had maybe like a nice kind of stony beige color to be able to paint them, but I can always redo that in the future when the hardware shops are open and I can actually go in and pick out a nice color. The next one you might remember if you watched my most recent Target haul, and it is this faux flower bunch. So it's kind of got this massive protea thing here, some like palm leaves and some other kind of planting. So while this is, it kind of matches my dress actually, but while this is really nice on its own, it's just not my aesthetic at all. So I really want to paint these white because I've got this beautiful country road vase that they're going to be sitting in. So once I pair that up, I think that is this one, and they'll just be popping in there, so it's going to look a lot nicer and a lot cleaner when they're all the same color, in my opinion. So that's another one that I wanted to do, and I think that's a really good thing to point out. You're not always going to be able to buy exactly what you want, and especially not if you're shopping in like lower end stores and not really like high end home decor. So it is really fun to kind of customize some cheaper pieces and really make them look a lot more expensive than they actually were. So that is something that I think will happen with all of these. They're just going to end up looking really, really unique and be that kind of thing that when someone comes into your home, they're like, where did you get that? And it's nowhere because you've customized it by giving it a paint. This one, I didn't know if I actually wanted to paint, and I'm still really on the fence. So I hope that I don't regret painting this because I do really, really love it in the pattern and color that it is in. But anyway, I do have this rattan magazine kind of basket from Kmart, and I want to paint this one white as well. So don't hate me if you have this or never got to have your hands on it and you really, really love this. I do as well, but I just think when there's natural materials in a home, I really like only certain ones to kind of speak to the decor. So given that this is like a secondary kind of piece of decor, I would prefer it to just fit in with the color scheme. Whereas like the timber flooring or any timber furniture elements and things, I think those can look really beautiful and attractive if they're all matching. But when you start to have too much of this natural color, it's just a little bit too overpowering in my space. So again, I just want to neutralize this and give it that really beautiful white aesthetic look. The last thing I have is a little bit heavy, but it is this arched white pot, and I picked this up from Kmart in my most recent haul. So again, very, very heavy item, but it is a kind of cream and speckled color, and I just don't really like it, to be honest, but I absolutely love the design of the pot. So it has these beautiful kind of indented arches on it, and it's kind of echoing, so I might just pop it down, but it is going to look fantastic painted white. So like I said, this entire video is pretty much upcycling all of these natural elements into a bit of a white aesthetic, but I think that pot in particular will look really, really high end once it's got a paint on it, because in that kind of stock standard color, you don't really read the pattern that's in it, but I think once I paint it, it's gonna look amazing. So I did grab some things to help me get all of this done. So these gloves I just got from Woolworths. I think they were literally $2, and I'm just going to wear them while I'm handling and spray painting everything so that I don't get paint all over me. And of course, I know that I am wearing a dress that's not white, but don't worry about her. She is very cheap. I thrifted her for $10 at a little store, so I'm not too phased about that. And this is what I was able to pick up at Bunnings Click and Collect. So if you are in Melbourne and Sydney and you are still in lockdown, you'll definitely be able to go and get some click and collect orders. And this one is the Rust-Oleum 2x Ultra Cover. This is a paint and primer all in one, which is definitely what I would recommend. It's ultra matte white, and it's good for wood, metal, plastic, and more for indoor and outdoor use, and it's fast drying, which is absolutely perfect for what I want. The last thing that I needed to get all of this done is a box that I salvaged from my Kmart haul, and this is an enormous box, and the reason I saved that is because I'm easily going to be able to pop the items inside of it and do the spray painting in there, so I don't have to kind of worry about getting paint everywhere, making a huge mess, or like any of the actual spray kind of getting on any of my other items that are around. So really, really excited to get onto this. So let's put it all together. I can go out onto my balcony and we can start painting. So all the spraying is done, and that pretty much used an entire can of spray paint, so I'm just going to leave that aside in case I need to do any touch-ups. Something I really should have said that is very important for this one is to wear a mask, because you obviously don't want to inhale all the vapors that you would have seen coming off when I was painting. So I definitely did a little bit of spraying and then I was like, whoa, and went and grabbed a mask. But this is everything now out here drying. So sorry there's a little bit shadowy and you can't exactly see, but we've got the basket, we have the flower bunch, which turned out great. There are the beads, this is the little soap holder dish, and then over the back here where I ran out of room, I have the little kitchen stand, and also the pot is sitting up here on the chair drying. So really excited to see how these all turn out, and I think they're gonna look excellent in my house. So I'm just gonna leave them all out here for, it says 20 minutes dry to the touch, but 1 hour until you can actually handle them. So I'm gonna set a little timer and I'll wait an hour and then I'll go out and grab everything. Okay, so it's now been an hour and it is the perfect day to be doing this because it's quite warm and really sunny and everything seems to have dried. So I'm going to clean this up and bring everything inside and then pop them all in the locations that I want to start them. Okay, so that is it for today's video. I hope you guys really enjoyed this quick and easy DIY. The can of spray paint was literally $15, so that was very inexpensive. I had the gloves, a mask, and like a leftover cardboard box that I was able to pretty much destroy by painting everything on. And like I said, it dried really well, and I think everything has turned out great. So very happy with all of that, and a really great way to quick and easily upcycle just existing items in your home with any color that you think might match in a little bit better with your current decor. And of course, I could pretty much just paint them again in a couple of months if I wanted to change my mind all over again. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.